I'm your host, T. Mitchell Bell, and we have here in the studio the Rusty Haywackers from here in Washington, PA. How you doing, guys?
Pretty
All
good.
right, how about yourself, man?
Good, good, good. My son, Matt, is a member of the band, and I've listened to these guys for quite a while. They've had members come and go and so forth, but they're sticking together, and we're going to get in and talk to them a little bit about what they've been doing here. And first of all, I'd like to ask you to dig in and play a tune for us here.
All right.
What are you going to do? Wake up call.
Wake up call.
Wake up call.
Yeah. Cool. So that sounds like you're rolling out of the tent song, huh?
For sure.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Big old stretch up there.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, we played here last night. All right.
All right,
So-
time to pack up and go.
Brian, you're going to have to move closer to the mic here a little bit when I talk to you.
All righty.
And you're cool where you were.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So the Rusty Haywackers in the Matt, the incarnation that this started as, how did this all come about? I guess was it from having open mic nights? How did all the Rusty Haywackers come to be?
I did an open mic night with our former member, and then he introduced me to Sarah, of course, and I was blown away by her vocals and her songwriting capabilities, and just meshed, just came together.
Yeah. So, are you the main songwriter in the band, or how do you guys do the?
I mean, Brian writes his songs too, but I think before he came along, I would write most of the lyrics.
You write the lyrics?
Yeah, and Matt does a lot of the music for it.
And so it's a collaboration.
That's good. I think me and Matt, I like the songs we come up with together. I think we're a good team
We have
there.
a good dynamic when we sit down.
Collaborates. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I was just curious about that because I hadn't seen you play an instrument. I didn't know how to all. Songwriting is always amazing to me, how it happens and all that kind of stuff. And now with the internet and everything, such collaboration, you can just, okay, I wrote this part and send it to somebody and let them finish it, that type of thing. So
I've definitely done that before. Like, hey, I've got this, and this, but I'm kind of stuck, and I'm make a quick file, send it off. Like, hey, can you help me with this? I just need a part right here, and that's pretty neat how that works.
So Brian, you joined the band when it was a couple years ago. Is that right?
No, just actually earlier this year.
Oh, wow.
About February.
I don't know why I thought it was like longer than that, but so what were you doing before that?
I spent some time out in Colorado for a few years, and I came back here, and I knew Mark Stedman, and he was trying to tell me about this open stage all the time, and I'd run into him at shows, just like, oh, you got to come up and check it out, and so I eventually did. I come out and checked it out, and we started playing around together, and one couple weeks, I'm like, oh, I guess I'm in this band now all of a sudden.
So if we go around the room, we have Mark Stedman on harmonica and djembe, right?
Correct.
Okay. Sarah Keener on vocals,
Yep.
lead vocals. Dan?
That's
That's him. Dan on bass. And Matt Losi on guitar.
That's me.
Brian Metallic.
Yes, Dan Burgess on bass. Brian. Metallic?
Metallic.
Metallic.
Not like Metallica,
Metallic.
but metallic.
Not spelled like that.
No, totally not spelled like that.
I thought it was like Matalik or, like
Yeah,
that.
it's one of those weird Czech names.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Get those K's and stuff in the end, and nobody knows. No one knows ever what to do with that.
Okay. But Steady and Dan, you guys have been in the band since the beginning and the inception of the Haywackers, and you've been doing the festival circuit here pretty much for the last couple years.
Yeah, the last 2 years we've hit the festival circuit really, really hard. This year in particular, this summer we were really busy all summer long. We were playing in Ohio and West Virginia and out to Cincinnati, Ohio to play with some different people, and it's been a good summer for us for sure.
I saw that, was it Neely?
Ryan Neely.
Ryan
yeah.
Neely gave you a write-up in, it's Appalachian Sandwich?
Jamwich.
Jamwich,
Yes.
Appalachian Jamwich. Okay, yeah, I read that online the other day.
Yeah, he actually just did a nice feature piece on us in their blog section just a few weeks back.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I read that. That's cool. So you guys are getting some recognition, and folks are starting
It's
to take
kind of nice.
Well, it takes a while to build a following, and I know you had a really good following here in Washington, and the times that I've come to see you guys play down at McRogan's, there's a core group of folks that know the lyrics to your songs and dance around and sing it. And I thought they were cover songs, but I kept saying, is that original? Is that a cover? I wasn't sure. So that's good that you can't, you're like trying to differentiate between the two.
Yeah, that's kind of amazing when you look out and you see people singing your songs. It really was for me too, just kind of being new to the band and starting to bring my originals into the band and seeing all these people sing the songs all of a sudden. I was like, that's pretty trippy.
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
We're doing all original songs today, by the way.
That's the idea. Hopefully, yeah. Well, I mean, we did have a cover last week, but yeah, we've that the idea is to have people do original music when they come on, if it's possible. In case you just joined us, you're listening to Acoustic Song Live, and I'm your host, T. Mitchell Bell, and we have the Rusty Haywackers here in the studio. We stream the show live at WNJR.org and at 91.7 FM here in Washington, PA, in the South Hills of Pittsburgh.
And you can also catch a video of the show at acousticsongs.com. I upload that after when I usually get to it a week or so afterwards. And you guys want to play another tune for us?
Sure.
Sure.
What are you going to do?
I'll do another original called Diamonds.
This is Diamonds by the Rusty Haywackers.
You were there that night, lost in the twilight. The people you know and the places you go, they seem so far away from where we were standing. Kept you just in my sight, nearly most of the night, and now your eyes, man, they shine like diamonds on my mind. It's a blinding light, oh, and it's like all the time, man, oh, all the time. Your eyes, man, they shine like diamonds on my like all the time, man, all the time. Don't know how you do that voodoo that you do. You're always on my mind. Talk to you all the time. Hey, you don't even know the way I'm feeling, yo. Can't tell you why, but when I sleep at night, I see your eyes, man, they shine like diamonds on my mind. It's a blinding light, oh, and it's like all the time, man, oh, all the time. Your eyes, man, they shine like diamonds on my like all the time, man, all the time.
Nice. Nice guitar work there. Where'd you learn how to play like that? Not me. All those metal bands you used to listen to.
I think he took lessons out of a Cracker Jack box.
Did he?
There's a form like you had to fill out and send it in. They sent him back these lessons.
And you got the
Like Cracker Jack.
It's exactly like the art test.
you got the free whistle, make free phone calls. You ever heard of that thing? You'd get the little whistle out of the Cracker Jack
Oh, yeah.
box and it'd blow the tone. It just happened to be the the signal for Ma Bell, so you can make free phone calls. The guy that figured that out was Steve Wozniak, the co-founder of Apple.
Okay.
And so then the people started making these little, they called them blue boxes. Or
Yeah, I used to see those on Dead Tour all the time. I've definitely used them. I've borrowed them off of someone to make calls. I'm like,
Yeah.
what is that cool little device you got there?
It would have a tone, and you get a free phone call,
Yeah,
out
it's
of it.
beautiful.
Yeah, I can't do that anymore. Ever since they
Well,
went
if you
to
can find a payphone anywhere.
yeah, but they also the switching mechanism's different. Anyway, that's another whole other conversation. So the is it hot in here?
He's sweating, man.
Is he?
He's on fire.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? I mean, that was pretty good.
Yeah,
right there.
yeah. So the band, you guys, like we were talking about the tour circuit and all that kind of stuff. You've been playing these festivals like Sunshine Daydream.
Sunshine Daydreams. We played out at Nelson's Ledges in Ohio. We played out at the Rumpke Mountain Boys had a festival out near Cincinnati that we played at as well.
The recipe picnic at
We played
the
the recipe cookout.
Were we playing at some show that was like in, what was that, Viola, West Virginia?
Oh, the
The
Backwoods
Viola,
Bash.
West Virginia,
That's
West
the
by
one.
God, Virginia.
That's the one you guys put on, right?
That is the one that we put on.
Yeah.
That was a good time. There was a lot of good bands there. We had a lot of fun
Did
with
it,
that.
did it rain? Did it turn into a mug bog?
No, it was beautiful. It was a great weekend there.
It was the weekend prior.
Oh, that's good. So I was going to ask you, like, what's the craziest thing that you've seen that you could tell us on the air? I guess at one of the festivals, because I always have, I have fun people watching when I go to some of these great big things like the All Good Festival. I went one year, and there's like. I don't know how many people on Marvin's Mountaintop, but there's always
Way too many.
Yeah.
I remember, I mean, this wasn't at a festival, but I just thought it was very odd. We played at this bar, and the owner was like, hey, do you guys want to come to a dumpster party afterwards? Right? So we're like, I don't get it. He's like,
dumpster
he's
party.
like, there's a dumpster behind the hotel, and you'll hear the music. We're like, okay, and kind of put it out of my head. And then we're standing outside one of the hotel rooms, and I'm like, I totally hear music coming from a dumpster over there. So we walked behind the dumpster, and he had these big fancy speakers that were his monitors that we had used when we played in his bar, hooked up to like his iPhone, playing like dubstep DJ music with a blow-up air mattress on the ground.
Was he dumpster diving for breakfast or something like that
I
too?
don't know, man.
I think we took off before that all came around.
Yeah.
He was waiting for the donuts, waiting for the old ones to come
But
out.
that was our first dumpster party.
Well, Brian, you were telling me before the show that you saw like one of your first concerts here at WNJ. Right?
I did. I actually I saw my very first show here. I saw Arlo Guthrie, and so we're talking like 1976.
Wow.
7, somewhere around there. I was like 5, 6 years old.
Wow.
It was at the old gymnasium. It was amazing.
Wow.
He came out with his guitar, had the full band. They were really, really loud. And but the great thing was like he stopped in between like every couple songs and would do his normal Arlo thing and tell a story and not even have his guitar or piano, just really tell a story. I think he's one of the greatest storytellers that we have.
And he's looked
right
the
now.
same for like forever.
He sure has. He hasn't changed a bit.
His hair's just got whiter, but he still looks the same. It's like Gallagher. You see him? He still looks the same. It's like, how do they do that, man? I mean, I have a hard time recognizing my own family sometimes. Oh man. So the band. What do you guys have coming up that you would like to tell everybody about? You have a show tonight, right?
We do. We have a show in Dayton, Ohio.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're pretty much going to pack up from here and get on the road to head out to that. We're playing with Emily and the Lost Cat Ramblers. We met them at the Recipe Family Cookout down at Sunshine Daydreams, and they've been in touch with us to come play a show with them in their area. So we're going to do it.
Oh, cool.
Why not?
Gig swap.
Yeah, totally.
How far of a drive is that?
About 4 hours.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And I always lose track of time when I get on the highway. I know I've been up. I haven't been up that way. I usually go 70. And like.
Well, we're going to go straight out 70.
Yep.
Yeah. And
70
then head
west
north.
to 75, and then you come down a little bit.
Yeah, but it's like my limit now is like 800 miles. That's when I stop. I can't do any more than
Man,
that.
I don't know if I can even do 800 miles anymore.
Nah, that's about all I can do. You know, I'm done
Yeah,
then.
you have steady drive.
Yeah, Steady's driving.
He is a beast.
All right.
We do have every Thursday night. We have open mic night at the VIP here in Washington.
That's good to know because there's Matt has invited me out there a couple times, and I can't make it. You know, it's like school night's just difficult to do. You know, and
It's nice that it's downstairs. There's a pool tables. It's nice. It's wide and open, and we definitely anybody out there that likes to jam, we'll get you up there.
I've heard that it's a good room too, as far as
Yeah.
the like acoustics wise and so
Yeah.
forth. Yeah.
It is. It sounds really good. You know, we actually recorded there last week. We did a live recording, and
Oh, cool.
the sound of the room is really nice. I mean, it's so big that you know you can't. The sound's got a lot of places to go, so it's not bouncing off of stuff. And
Do you guys have a lot of tapers at shows and stuff? Because I know that used to be the big thing. You know, like you do
at
some
the
Grateful Dead
festivals-
covers
at the
and stuff.
festivals, you definitely see him. This was the first time we had somebody out at one of our shows doing it. It was a local buddy of ours. Mm-hmm. Who's I guess he's done some recording before.
Yeah.
So the having there's always somebody taping at a festival, the main
yeah.
board. It depends on who it is, you know, whatever the taping policy is. But back in the old days, it actually was a tape.
yeah. I think they're pretty much. I even think they got rid of the DATs now. Now everything's all on the hard drives and
The little
real
tiny
compressed. You know.
Yeah, it's different.
You got cassettes in the van?
Yeah.
Cool, so we don't have to stop at the truck stop on the way out to get any? 'Cause I was thinking of Conway Twitty's greatest hits.
I think I have.
You already got it? Sweet! This is going to be a great ride
Conway
today.
Twitty actually came with the van.
Oh no, it's mayhem here in the studio. I'm going to ask you guys to play another song, if you would like to dig in. And what are you going to do for us?
Home
We're
sweet
going
home?
to do Home Sweet Home.
Home Sweet Home.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that you have to.
I do have to leave early, but
Okay,
Yeah.
so just let me know when.
I
and-
will.
all right.
She's got a job.
I got a job, unfortunately.
Somebody has.
A job. Or me and you are the only ones, right?
Hey, I got to watch
You-
Stella.
you have
I got
an
my
important
little
job.
girl Stella
You have
all
an
day
important
long.
job.
It's a tough job. I'll
Yes,
tell you
sir.
what, that little girl's all over the place.
Tough job keeping my bed nice and grounded.
Those video game controllers warm. Here comes my baby, his work boots still on. He's bitching and he's cussing, 'cause everything went wrong. He just needs to come inside. Whoa, and rest his trouble more. Hey, everything's gonna be alright. Now, honey, you're home, sweet home. Home, sweet home is where I come from. Home, sweet home, like calling in my baby's arms. Home, sweet home, home for me there is no cure. It may not be a perfect picture, but it's where I come from. It's not always that party picture, but it's sure where I belong. Here comes my baby with trouble on his mind. He doesn't have to say a word, I can see it in his eyes. Well, tell me all about it, baby. Oh, tell mama what went wrong. Hey, everything's gonna be alright. Now, honey, you're home, sweet home. Home, sweet home is where I come from. Home, sweet home, like crawling in my baby's arms. Home, sweet home, home for me there is no cure. It may not be a perfect picture, but it's where I
Yeah, I like that song. I like that song a lot. When I heard you guys play that at McGrogan's, I said, "Is that an original?" Yeah, I like that a lot. So I was thinking, I know you do a lot of Dead cover tunes when you play live and stuff.
do.
I know that's a big influence, and I've always been interested in, the carrying on the tradition of keeping their music alive. Like that type of music, and how bands out there still keep it going, and it's really is a how did you get into listening to them?
Well, me personally, I got into him really. My uncle, he was a big Deadhead, and we're about 10 years apart or so. So he was a big influence on me when I was younger. He was always turning me on to good stuff, like he turned me on to the New Riders and Quicksilver Messenger Service and Frank Zappa. Mm-hmm. And the Dead was his biggest thing. He had a huge poster of him on the wall, and I was like, "Who's that? Who's that?" And he's like, "Well, here, listen to this tape. Here, listen to this tape." And I'm like, "All right, I can dig this."
Yeah, and Matt, I know, had listened to he. I think you were the one that turned me on to "Old and in the Way." I don't know what that
Old and in the Way.
Yeah, and how never realized that they were connected to like the whole bluegrass thing on the back end. I guess Jerry. I always thought of them as I don't know. When I was growing up and we got our music from like one source pretty much. DVE was the thing,
Right,
and
yeah.
whatever they were playing, and most honestly the Grateful Dead studio records were okay. You know what I mean? Like some of the stuff that
I don't listen to them really at all. The studio stuff.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
never really did.
I mean, Sugar Magnolias and stuff like that. They would play the stuff on the radio, and that was all you really heard by the Dead. I didn't know any of this other kind of stuff until my ex-wife was a Deadhead, and we went to a Dead show, and I had so much fun. It was like this whole other thing that just opened up as far as the music is concerned. There's so much there, it's like it really is. I never knew like the Appalachian bluegrass influence that goes up and down the spine of the Appalachian Mountains. You get out there, and now that music is just. There's all these bands, like for instance, Larry Keel. He tours like that whole area, right?
Yeah.
And there are all kinds of bands like that tour that whole circuit. You go down to Morgantown. I've discussed this with other folks on the air, and the whole music scene changes from Pittsburgh to Morgantown. I mean, they would have these bluegrass and old time music open jam nights. And this was years ago. And they've been doing it for 20 years. They've been having this old time music going on, and I never even knew it existed. And then all of a sudden, Brother, Where Art Thou came, and then everybody's running around with bowler hats and little vests.
Everyone got banjos all of a sudden. And
all of a sudden, they're trading in the whole. Metal, like not in your set, but you were into a lot of this stuff. I remember when we went down to Nashville the first time, and we went to.
This is a culture shock for me.
Yeah, we went to Roberts, and the guy on the PV electric guitar playing that chicken picking stuff, and the violin player actually, and those guys. The music scene down there is just so different, and just so everywhere you go, it's just like music everywhere. It's like Music City. And I know Matt, when he came, he was like, "Man."
That's what actually started my transition. Going to Nashville, I'm like, well, I'm not playing metal anymore.
Nashville will do that to you, man. That place is out of sight.
The whole trip down, I must have bored him to death because I had nothing but like old time Nashville country, on my iPod, playing like all this Carter family stuff and everything like that.
You had some like old recording, like from like some bonfire thing or some history archive.
Yeah, there was some
old timey stuff.
Yeah.
Ooh, what's it making me listen to right now?
Yeah, there was some what's his name that went out and recorded everybody. All the field songs and everything like that, but I can't think of his name right now. Lomax, Alan Lomax, probably some of that stuff, you know, back from the 20s and everything, and 30s. And, you know, I know Matt was like, oh man, just turn this stuff off, you know. But I actually was trying to, like, if we're going to Nashville, you gotta soak this in, because it's part of the experience, to, like, how people wound up down there, you know, and how Memphis and Nashville and the Delta and the Appalachians all came together, and America is just like a melting pot of music. It's
Sure
like
is.
unbelievable. I'm glad that you guys, you know, bands like you guys are out there keeping roots music alive and keeping live music alive, because there's so many people that don't play their instruments. You know, it's just on a box.
I was like, oh my gosh, and I was like, says the girl who doesn't even. Really
No,
play.
no,
Dude, you played the shaker,
your
man.
voice
You played
is
the heck out of that
your
thing.
voice is an
Yes.
instrument. I mean, but
Yeah.
you don't, you know, auto-tune your voice on stage. You know, you don't. I mean, but there's so many. Watched a documentary about that the other night about, you know, Before the Music Dies, which is basically how all these radio stations that are out there just play the same playlists, and they, you know, and it's how all these bands make it, is that they pay money to get so many plays. And there was this big payola scandal. Still, I mean, it goes on. You know, it's
That's
just
why we like radio stations like this one here and the public stations, because you get a chance to get away from that. I mean, I don't really listen to commercial radio at all.
I like that, the Reverb Nation, that's through Facebook, which we're on Reverb Nation, but you can pick how many, like 15 miles from your zip code, every band that plays the blues.
on Reverb Nation.
Yeah, like pick
Oh,
how
cool.
many miles within your zip code or whatever that you wanted, just those very local bands.
Oh, I didn't even realize you could do that.
Yeah,
That's
it's like
pretty
the
cool.
Reverb Radio.
That's pretty cool, because you know, and there's some sites out there for finding gigs too. Indie, what's that? That indie site that you can actually find places to play within a certain
You could
radius.
do that on Reverb Nation too. It's a really great tool for artists and for people who just like to listen to music in the venues, because it gives you all a place to connect. And you know, we have our music up on there, and we put our schedule up on there. And
Is that your main site? If anybody, like, if they
you know, we
want
like
to find
to drive people to there and to our Facebook page, because I mean, you can't get away from Facebook. It's here to stay. It's not going anywhere, and everybody uses it. It's on your phone. It's instant now. That's a really great way. However, Reverb Nation will allow you, anything that you post on there, you can it'll go right to Facebook and post it for you automatically.
you. Gotcha.
So you know, they know too. You know.
So if people want to find out where you're playing our gigs, listen to your music, have them to go to Reverb Nation, look up Rusty Haywackers.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So in case you just joined us, we have, you're listening to Acoustic Songs Live here from here at the WNJR studios. I'm your host, T. Mitchell Bell. And we have the Rusty Haywackers here in the studio playing some music for us. They're a local jam band from here in Washington, and they are playing, well, the whole local area, I guess, tri-state area. And you guys want to do another tune for us?
Yeah, we're into Back to the Country. It's a little bit of a newer tune.
Okay.
Started writing it at Sunshine Daydream
Okay.
when we were there earlier this spring.
Awesome.
Yeah. Life in the suburbs takes a heavy toll. I gotta get out of the city, let my mind unfold. We're gonna get back to the country. We're gonna burn one down. good corn liquor take away your ills. We're gonna get back to the country. We're gonna burn one down. The fog roll on through, we'll all be picking and grinning just like we always do. We're gonna get back to the country. We're gonna burn one down. Poor man gathers what the rich man spills. Good corn liquor take away your ills. We're gonna get back to the country. We're gonna burn one down.
Yeah, nice.
There you go.
These are all original songs. You guys have a CD recorded? Are you like getting close?
Working on that for
Yeah,
2013 here.
cool.
Yeah, that's
Good to
that's
know.
the plan of attack for the beginning of the year. We want to try to we're gonna write some new stuff and get a recording done and see
I know-
where that leads us.
And I know, Sarah, you have to get back to work.
Go.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you, Mr. T-Bone, for having us down here. Sorry, I had to leave early.
You're welcome. Someone has to.
You got a jobby job.
I got to go.
Someone's got to pay the bills.
I hope they're not listening to you. Don't know you're running late.
Appointment right now.
All right, thanks for coming in.
Bye.
See you later.
See you in Dayton.
And now there's and now there's 4. So yeah, as far as recording for the upcoming record, you guys working on originals? You have enough material for one? Is that the plan?
We definitely want to get into a couple good songwriting sessions and try to write some new stuff. We definitely we've had some things on the back burner for a while that have just kind of been sitting there, and we need to revisit and kick around a little bit and polish them off.
Yeah.
But I think we're be in pretty good shape.
Yeah, but you're doing. I know the gigs you're doing are like 3 or 4 hours shows, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have 45 minutes of 50
Yeah, well, you know, we
minutes
tend to take our jams out a little bit longer. You know, like that song there probably clocked in about under 3 minutes, and
Yeah.
if you see it live, it's probably more like 8. You know.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
That's just
Well, that's always fun.
that's just the nature. You know, I mean, it just kind of lets us. You know, we have a pretty loose structure, and we just kind of let it go. And if it's feeling good, why stop? You know, just keep the jam rolling.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. We were talking about going to see the Grateful Dead play live, is that they had the extended solos and just the improvisational nature of everything that they really weren't able to capture that in the studio. I think maybe because they were trying to make things radio friendly, and that you just couldn't do it. It just didn't have the same feel to it. I don't know. I just seeing them live was definitely the best thing. It really was. Sure. Any of the bands that that are out there, like Dave Matthews Band, they put on a heck of a performance.
Yeah, their show is nothing like any of the records that
No.
they do. I mean, it's almost like a whole different band.
Yeah.
At that point, when you get to see them like that.
Yeah, and they just go from one song into the next just seamlessly, and that was how most of the Dead stuff, they didn't go up there and
Yeah,
just
that
say,
takes a little bit of work. You just get some things that are maybe in the same key or got the same kind of feel, and then you know, like just doing those jams like that, you know, that's how you find, maybe you find your way like, oh, you know what, this kind of sounds like this. Maybe we should just put those couple tunes together. And we find ourselves doing that a lot with some tunes. We'll roll some songs together like that.
Yeah, well, you're not getting. At least you're not getting. Well, now we're gonna do a song called blah blah blah. You know.
Yeah.
And this one's called blah blah blah. It was about blah blah blah.
Steve Miller, you know,
Yeah.
seeing him open for the Dead in Buffalo, maybe '89 or something like that, and he played the
You're
exact
like
same
10
set.
years old.
And 10? No, man, I was a junior in high school in '89. I'm the old guy in the band.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm the only one who's actually seen Jerry Garcia play,
Okay.
which is unfortunate for these cats. But I mean, it's that's been one of the coolest things about hanging out with these guys, and a lot of our fans are a good bit younger than I am, and just to see their passion for the music that the Dead plays and how they're so into them, having never seen them.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's a little mind blowing to me because I remember, you know, like seeing my first show, just how amazed I was. And
Was that one DVD that they put out? One live DVD that's
they've got a few.
the one that they did at a theater. I can't think of off the top of my head. It was a special like 2-night show that
When they did the acoustic stuff, and is it Dead Ahead maybe?
Yeah, that's
Al
probably.
Franken is like the host or something like that.
I'll have to look it up on Netflix.
No, for real, man. Like Al Franken, he's got this like big old tuxedo shirt on, and he does like a stand-up routine or something before the show.
I think that might be it. I think but I think there's this one scene where Mickey Hart does the drum trip thing, and they actually like the drums like go up and go sideways or something like that.
They got so many kind of crazy drums. It's that's a weird thing.
I'll have to remember. I have to go look it up on Netflix now because that was probably like the closest to seeing them, you know, live. Like if you're gonna, see some, it was actually really good. I thought, you know.
They actually have one of the Pittsburgh shows on a DVD.
Oh, really?
I think from the stadium, Three River Stadium in '90. They released this view from the vault. I think they've done like 3 of them. But the first one,
I think that maybe that was one from the vault or something,
yeah.
or was something like that name, or I forget. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. So it shows you how much. I mean, I wasn't like really, you know, big into them. You know, like following them around. I know people that did though, that actually like went like to hundreds of shows.
I've seen them in a few places here and there. I'm not going to go into any details on that, but I've seen them around.
Did you like really like follow them, like go on the road and go from one? Yeah?
Yeah, I've definitely gone out and, you know, to Boston for like a 8-night run or something like that, in New York, and, you know, fairly local.
Yeah.
You know.
But I mean, like actually go from city to city, like totally. On like the whole like tour,
I still do that from time to time. You know, we've gone out and seen like the Yonder Mountain String Band, and gone out for like a week worth of shows, or Larry Kill, or anybody, you know.
And when Fish was touring, I know that was a big thing.
I've definitely done that with Fish too.
Yeah,
string cheese incident.
There you go. Well, that's cool, man. I still want to do the tour bus thing. I still think that would be like convert an old school bus, run on veggie oil, and go cross country. That would be awesome.
It would be a good time.
Yeah, I'll be the driver.
I mean, can I mark it on my schedule for next Christmas time?
Yeah, we'll be doing that. We'll be doing that this summer.
So, guys, what you want to play another tune for us? We got about enough time for maybe one more, and.
What is this? Self-medicated?
Self-medicated.
All right.
get to thinking I gotta travel on again. Well, I was born an outcast, stranger to this land. Society tried to tell me what it means to be a man. I never listened kindly about them things they had to say. Freaks like us won't stand united, self-medicated every day. Self-medicated every day.
Self-medicated every day.
Self-medicated every day.
Self-medicated every day.
Self-medicated every day.
Self-medicated every day.
Self-medicated every day. Some folks call it reefer, and others call it weed. I just call it freedom. It's about all I'll ever need. Don't get too excited, baby, don't you get upset. Freaks like us won't stand united. Can't stop us, no, not yet. Self-medicated every day.
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 Self-medicated every day. But I sure know where I've been. This time of year, you know, it gets to thinking I gotta travel on again. But I was born an outcast, stranger to this land. Society tried to tell me what it means to be a man. Never listen kindly about the things I had to say. Freaks like us gonna stand united, self-medicated every day. Self-medicated every day.
Self-medicated every day.
Self-medicated every day.
Self-medicated every day.
Self-medicated every day.
Self-medicated every day.
Self-medicated every day.
Yeah, that's the Rusty Haywackers. That was the extended version.
It was the extended version.
I think you guys have a nice board recording of that one.
Awesome.
So thanks very much for coming in here today and
Thanks for
playing.
having us, man.
Oh, my pleasure. Nice having my son and his friends here playing on the radio. We've been trying to arrange this for a while. So, in case you just joined us, that was the Rusty Haywackers. They have a show at tonight at Jay Allen's in Dayton, Ohio. In case anybody's out there listening, streaming live at WNJR.org. And you guys have now over the holidays. You're gonna have your open mic on
Every Thursday.
Yeah, we're
Thursday.
gonna keep us going every Thursday night at the VIP right here on Main Street in Washington.
Okay, so everybody within the listening area, you have any musicians, and also if you're interested in coming on the show here, I have I'm booking for the spring coming up here, the intercession in the spring semester. You can shoot me an email from the acousticSongs.com website. All the information is there. And you're listening to WNJR. We stream here live at 91.7 FM, broadcast live, and stream at WNJR.org. And once again, thank you very much, Rusty Haywackers, for being here. And we'll catch you next week with the live broadcast at 1 p.m.